Brandon Miller, number 1, LaMelo Ball.
Check out the starting lineups first for the Magic. Charlotte in overtime, 1 point. What's at stake here? In 10 years. And Justin Van Dyne.
He is a force.
It is an elimination game, and we are underway. Orlando controls the tip. Outside, Banchero is matched up with Bridges. Suggs turns it over. He steps on the sideline. Out of bounds.
Suggs.
Magic turned it over 15 times in that loss against Philadelphia. Charlotte had just 8 turnovers against Miami. Diabate was a huge factor on the glass. 8 offensive boards.
And it's not just the offensive boards with Diabate. You know, it's the times people foul him when he's in pursuit. It's the times that the ball gets to, you know, you talked about those Charlotte turnovers. Only 2 after halftime. 1 in the fourth quarter, 1 in overtime.
Yeah, this is going to be a turnover for Charlotte. A foul called out front.
Ball's jersey, and they didn't see it.
Banchero gets Bane involved. 2-man game with Banchero. Hard drive, pulls up, and scores.
I like that by Bale. And then over the top. Sometimes he tries to get it all the way to the rim and ends up taking very tough shots in traffic.
Miller to Bridges. Short on a 3-ball. Diabate fighting for it. And it's out of bounds. A last-ditch effort by Suggs trying to save it.
That's Diabate again. Diabate's relentless pursuit.
31-16 record with Diabate starting. Bridges slams it down off the inbound feed from Ball.
Well, you got to switch that back screen. He was wide open. That's a mistake the Magic cannot afford.
Wagner on a kick. Bane rims out on a 3-ball, and Diabate skies for the rebound. Knippel has really been struggling on the offensive end. High banker doesn't go.
Yeah, Dirk Nowitzki said it in the studio. 35% over the last 10.
The acceleration, 82 regular season games, the 9th Magic player to ever do that. Charlotte opens up 1 of 5 from the field. They shot 44% against Miami. Miller drains it from long range.
After halftime game, 16 points in the second half, 4 in overtime the other night in that big win against Miami.
Banchero strong to the hole. And a 6-5 advantage here for the Magic. Charlotte gets into it quickly.
Good trend for the Magic with Banchero being as aggressive as he's been.
Drop step didn't work. Bridges was trying to take Bane on the baseline. Miller using the Diabate screen. There's the roll. Diabate denied. Banchero. Suggs head and shoulder fake. The fend off over Knippel for 2. Orlando opens up 4 of 5 from the field. High screen Diabate. Ball swings it for Bridges. He'll let it fly. Hits the rim. Cleared by Wagner. Wagner. He takes it right at the chest of Miller, and the banker goes.
His last game, the real issue right now is his conditioning. He admitted patience is not his strong suit and said there were times during rehab he may have pushed too hard, which set him back in building true game shake. Wagner told me he wants to play every possession hard, even if that means shorter bursts and quick breaks. And in high-pressure setting like tonight, he said the challenge is just simply pushing through it and helping his team however he can. Ian?
And Cassidy, Jamal Mosley told us it really is about Wagner just trying to find his rhythm right now, working through it. That was an offensive foul called against Diabate. In and out for Banchero. And a long rebound to Miller. Knippel. It's a wide-open 3. Won't go. Bane the other way. Knippel cuts him off. 10-5 lead for the Magic. And Wagner couldn't finish. Put down. It's Carter.
But that's what happens when you drive the ball. You draw help. It takes a body off offensive rebounders. Carter to the rim, and Charlotte struggling with a very aggressive, very physical Orlando defense here early in the game.
Orlando's size did bother them earlier in the season. Kick, Banchero doesn't take the three. Leaves it for Carter, who rocks the rim.
But Charles Lee wanted to protect the paint mentality, and right now Charlotte having no success protecting the paint already.
Brenner checking in, and Sion James replacing Diabate and Knipple. Knipple did not play the final 6 minutes of regulation the other night and did not play in overtime in that victory over Miami. Anthony Black seeing his first action for the Magic. Ball trying to get it going. The rookie James to the veteran Bridges. Oh, that's creative on a scoop to the hoop.
Oh, that's a big-time finish right there with the right hand.
And that ends a 10-0 run. 14-7 Magic. Bain can't get the floater. James gets it ahead for Ball. Ball misses from the outside. It's tapped over to Suggs.
Ball was 2 for 16 from 3 in that game the other night against Miami.
Banchero one-on-one, turns on Bridges, clears for Suggs with 10 to shoot. Suggs lines it up, and he overcooked it. Miller ahead for Ball, pedal to the metal. Swing, diagonal Miller, bottom.
It's a big-time pass by Sion James. Head up, hit him right on target.
Miller is now 2 of 2 from three-point territory. And it's a 4-point lead for the Magic. Banchero will take and miss the three. Uncontested rebound for Ball.
Well, Bridges went under the screen. That's what you have to do against Orlando. You have to keep them out of the paint and make them shoot jump shots.
That scoop doesn't go for Ball. And he knocked it right through the legs of Miller over to Suggs. Suggs' jumper is pure.
It's a long 2.
Charlotte put up 120.3 points per game in the season series against Orlando. They won it 3 games to 1.
You can see the physicality, though, that Orlando's bringing to the game right now.
Another miss by Ball from long range. Banchero splits defenders. Carter got him. A 3.
I like that 3 because the ball hit the paint and came out. You know the defense is going to be collapsing, but this Orlando defense is physical right now.
Miller misses from the side. James tries to keep it alive. And Banchero controls it. We approach 5 minutes to go in the first. It's a 9-point lead for the Magic. Banchero flips it. Corner. Carter! Put it on the board. It's a 3. What a start for the Magic. They're shooting 63%.
Just see how they're up into the ball. 2 weeks of the season, they had the best defense in the NBA, and it was really the first time they had a full roster. We're seeing the way they looked last year when they were second in the league defensively.
Miller is surrounded, and they're going to run out of time. Another disjointed set here for Charlotte.
But it's not to me that Charlotte's playing so badly. Orlando's defense is outstanding. It is dominating right now with their energy and physicality.
Orlando actually set a franchise record in scoring with 115.7 points per game this year. Black floats it up, Banchero trying to work around. It's the second 10-0 run of this opening quarter.
Well, they've already got 16 in the paint.
Opening quarter.
They've already 16 in the paint, out of the paint and off the free throw line if they're going to win this game.
Kobe White, one of the heroes of the Tuesday night victory, swing it for James. That ball deflected. Suggs gets a piece. Knocked ahead. Suggs couldn't grab it.
Long time.
Turnover story this season for the Hornets has been an issue. Banchero splashes in a triple. This team was ready.
Is sky high.
Magic have made 12 field goals. Charlotte has scored just 10 points. Kobe White defended by Anthony Black. Knipple is back in along with Diabate. Once again, late in the shot clock here for Charlotte. White trying to make something happen. White rejected. Bartaze erases it.
And Charlotte now just having trouble getting
one on the shot clock. White gets it in. Diabate will fire. Around and out. And a foul called on the inside. Off the rebound action, it is going to be Da Silva. 17-point advantage here for the Magic.
all three of their fouls have been on rebounds so far.
That is 4 team fouls against Orlando. Diabate catches it. They've got 10 seconds to work with.
Up into the ball, being very aggressive.
The penetration, White gets there, but he couldn't finish. Da Silva ahead for Black. Banchero has been outstanding, 9 points. Put it down low, digs it out with 10 to shoot. Under 3 minutes to go in the first. Black lines it up. And gang rebounding there, controlled by Diabate. Charlotte has nothing going on the offensive end. White probing, bouncing, Diabate. James sets and hits. That ends a 13-0 run as the rookie Sion James connects from long range. Bartaze not a threat from out there. Banchero is. Banchero muscles in for 2 and a foul.
Wow, the strength there on that drive, literally grabbing.
The look on his face is someone that is processing in the moment, according to Jamal Mosley, who's in his 5th year as the head coach. Banchero is in his 4th year in the NBA. 30-13 Magic. Paolo has got 12 points. Charlotte has 13 as a team.
I love to see how guys respond coming off a bad game.
And it's going to go the other way. Some activity between Williams and Black. Turnover, Hornets.
And it's already the 2nd illegal screen tonight. 6 turnovers for Charlotte. We said only 2 turnovers after halftime the other night and only 8 for the game, but turnovers have been a problem. They were 24th in the league, averaged over 15 a game.
Jamal Cain is in the game for the Magic. And another whistle. James was having a conversation with crew chief Mark Davis. So it is going to be Sion James picking up the personal. He was just looking for an explanation. It's been a rough opening quarter for the Charlotte team that had so much momentum. They've been riding this wave through the second half of the season.
This is not the way they want to play. This is physical basketball.
Da Silva with a looper.
Well, look, if they're going to be able to get into the paint like that, Charlotte's going to be in big trouble.
White drive, kick for Williams. Tight defense there from Wagner. Keep the ball moving for White. And the contact there from Da Silva as White buckles and ends up in the front row. Paint points is 20-4 Orlando. Right now, let's take a look at the upcoming national.
Of Orlando right now.
Kobe White cuts into the Orlando lead, but it's 32-15 Magic. A minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Wagner into the paint. Leave it for Cain. Little flip shot. Cain has filled a role here for the Magic. He's played with Miami. He's played with New Orleans. Now in his 4th year in the league. Floater no, but a foul. Knipple will head to the free throw line. And Jamal Cain will pick up the personal. Knipple been there down the stretch of the season. He's been such a tremendous worker and a great all-around player for Charlotte.
But it's a big adjustment, and Dirk talked about this in the studio. Big adjustment going from 40 games or fewer in college to stepping up to a higher level of play, and he's in his 83rd game tonight. That's a lot more basketball. Fatigue, both mentally and physically, becomes a factor.
Josh Green is in for Charlotte. Knipple goes 1 out of 2. 86% on the season. And it's 34-16 Magic. So Orlando team finished 45 and 37. Number 8 in the Eastern Conference. Black, give and go, but Taze works in. It's good. And the horn. The lead is 20, but Taze can tack on another. 50 seconds to go here in the first. This is a Charlotte team that went 23 and 18 on the road this season.
They won 15 of their last 18 road games.
And in the 3 wins over Orlando, they blew them out. They won by an average of 20 points per game. White lost it, gets it back, kicks it for Bridges. Again, shot clock winding down. Bridges misses from the outside. There's a 3.5-second difference, shot clock to game clock.
You cannot play a better defensive quarter than Orlando has here in the first.
Wagner sizing up Bridges. Taze asking for it against Diabate. Bain goes to work. Wagner, a deep one. Rebound, Kane tosses it up and he draws the foul. Transferred to Oakland, had a huge season, Horizon League co-player of the year. For Greg Campy, 19.9 points, 10.2 rebounds for the Pontiac, Michigan native. Make your playoff picks right now with NBA Pick'em Bracket Challenge presented by Castrol for a chance to win $1 million. Play free at nba.com/bracket or on the NBA app. Game 1 of the 1-8 matchup in the Eastern Conference will be Sunday, so the winner here heads to Detroit. Miller tosses it up, and that's how the quarter ends. This one has been so lopsided in favor of Orlando from the very start.
And he's right. I mean, they're just playing a lot harder and more physically. You know, I mean, it was a great emotional win the other night. But you've got to move on, and not only is there another game, every game is different. And this one is a lot different than the Miami game. Miami's a team wants to get up and down, play with a lot of pace. This is a team that's going to try to pound you.
Magic got to the playoffs last year as the 7 seed and lost to Boston in the opening round 4 games to 1. Knipple, they need it, they got it.
Magic
Black took the hit. And it's going to be Ball. That's number 2 on him.
It's a very frustrated Charlotte team. The physicality frustrating.
Half-court set here for the Magic. Every combination that's been on the floor has worked thus far for Jamal Mosley. Quality minutes from Taze. Bain lost it. Knipple takes it away. Ball up ahead for White. Again, he saw 2 defenders and was forced to give it up. Ball turns the corner. Bridges lets it fly. Short.
The Magic doing a great job making the ball come out, but closing hard.
And Kane takes it in for 2. 45-21. Orlando. Ball. The dribbling exhibition, and that shot won't count. Foul was called prior.
Asking where this Magic team has been all season. You have to remember their big three of Desmond Bane, Paolo Banchero, and Franz Wagner played just 25 games together this season, including the play-in. And when I asked Desmond about their chemistry, he said off the court it's fantastic. On the court it's still evolving as the injuries and inconsistencies have limited the time needed to build of the team. And Bane told me his message to Franz is to lead into being a natural leader. And with Paolo, it's about staying ready through the praise and criticism. And for Orlando, the chemistry may still be catching up to the talent. But there's no better time to create it here than in the postseason, guys.
And the defense continues to stand out. Anybody that's been on the floor for Orlando has brought it over 9 times. They have just 7 field goals. Black gets to the paint. Misses on the teardrop. Carter is back in. Offensive rebound. Nice adjustment, but he couldn't finish it. Cleared by Kalkbrenner. White with a pep in his step. Gets cut off, and he just tosses it near the rim. A foul is called. And there's been a whole lot of that from Charles' side. Miller back in. Ball for Williams. His 3 ball doesn't go. Suggs up ahead. The lead feed. Black had it knocked away by White. Miller steps into the 3, and he's got it.
Well, if they can get some in transition where they can not have to face the Magic's set defense, that would really help them, but they're not a real running team.
9 points now for Brandon Miller. He's the high man for the Hornets. Suggs, corner. Remain no. And Black. Ate replaces Kalkbrenner. Charlotte was living on the offensive glass against Miami. They had 17 offensive rebounds. They have 1 tonight. 7.5 to go in this second quarter. It's all Magic. Miller on the move. Swing it. Williams just keeps on firing. Rebound knocked around. Carter touched it last, out of bounds. Roller coaster ride of a season for Orlando. They got to the NBA Cup in Vegas. They were riding high. They had quality wins to get there.
Well, yeah, I mean, they played in probably the best pool. I mean, they had to beat Detroit and Boston, the top 2 teams in the East, to get there.
Ball dancing. It's good, but it's an offensive foul. 2. The takedown against Bam Adebayo, who did not return to action because of the lower back injury. And a foul out front. Miller is shrugging his shoulders. He's going to pick up the personal.
They're going to be shooting.
Lean into the confidence that got the win over Miami, but obviously remain very focused on there's still a job to do. Carter misses on the first attempt. Who will win to get in? Get the numbers shaping this game in the NBA app. Tap to watch games live. Go behind the scenes in the Moments tab. Download the app today.
Well, look, it's simple in this game. They're going to have to get into the battle, Charlotte is. You know, they might have come to play, but this isn't play right effort by the Orlando Magic.
One out of 2 for Carter. They have doubled up the Hornets, 48 to 24.
And just look at the ball pressure now. The body is on you everywhere. There's no space.
Kobe White is way off an air ball. Suggs ahead for Black. Banchero. Hard drive. Banchero lays it in, and it's going the other way. And Banchero brutally honest after the loss to Philadelphia, stating how the Sixers handled their business. Knipple short, 1 and done for Charlotte.
There's just nothing coming easy. Charlotte, a team that wants to play with a nice flow. There's no flow in this game.
Miller knocks the ball away from Carter and retrieved by Knipple. Up ahead for White, gets around Black. White drives, bounces. Williams, his 3 ball, doesn't go. Carter ahead, uncontested. Bang! Big finish! The rebounding numbers also.
Well, and they've made 8 shots, Charlotte has, and have 10 turnovers. Not a good sign.
Miller took a poke to the face from Black. Foul is called. The rebounding numbers are 20-8 in favor of the Magic.
Well, you just wonder, right? Charlotte coming off a huge win the other night. Everybody telling them how great they are. They finished the season on a big run. They might have come in here feeling themselves a little bit. And you know who they're feeling tonight, Ian? They're feeling the Orlando Magic, who are hitting them on every possession at both ends of the floor. And so far, they have not been up to the challenge.
Third foul on Black. Miller moving without the ball. That jump shot is smooth.
Well, that's his 4th made 3 already. He's about the only offense they have had.
12 points for Brandon Miller. Suggs on a kick. Da Silva fakes out Knipple, floats it up, doesn't go. Strong rebound there by Bridges, trying to run. It's cut off by Da Silva. Bridges continues. Diagonal Knipple. Corner, Bridges. Takes it in, flips it to the right hand for 2.
Very good ball movement there. That's what they're going to have.
50-29. Largest lead has been 26. Now whistle stops play. Carter and James were battling on the interior.
And Charlotte. Those guys are going to have to make some shots.
Ball is on the bench with 3 personal fouls. Knipple is 2 of 5 from the field. Carter is a 79% shooter, as Wagner will check back in. Ball scoreless in 12 minutes of action. Da Silva sits for the Magic.
The physicality has really gotten to LaMelo Ball. He's had people leaning on him all night. He's not been able to play free and easy.
4:44 on the clock. Carter splits a pair.
As we know, this is the NBA, and there's over 28 minutes to go. Plenty of time.
Miller off the double. Banchero takes it away from Bridges. Magic are running. Wagner leaves it. Banchero! Bully ball! Plus the foul.
Wow. The Magic's...
So we talked about Charlotte and the mentality coming off that win over Miami in overtime. It was the opposite for the Magic. There was almost a sullen vibe, but angry.
No question. And people were telling them how bad they are. And the bottom line is, you're never as good as people think you are, and you're never as bad as people think you are. You've got to stay even keel. Bane initiating contact again. Orlando, even though Bane missed that, Orlando loving the contact and the physicality in this game.
Uncontested, Bane with the lay-in. The defense creating offense over and over again for Orlando.
Well, there's plenty of time for it to change, but right now, I got to be honest, Charlotte is shrinking from the competition. They look like they don't want any part of this.
Orlando has scored 18 points off of Charlotte turnovers, and there could be another takedown. Bridges and Bane.
You know, anyone in the game at the time can shoot 1 technical foul free throw.
So it's this act here. Up until that point, it was just going to be a foul.
Yeah, this is just a great fight for a loose ball between 2 good competitors. And then
Bane now has 7 points. Orlando is a plus 22 with him on the floor. The lead is now 29 for the Magic.
And the Magic are not letting up. They're right up into the ball.
And bodies go down like it. They are 6 of 20 in this first half. 14-time All-Star, Olympic gold medalist, NBA logo, streaming now, only on Prime. 1 out of 2 for Williams. 58-30, Magic.
Here's Charlotte. You want to try to make a little run, get this under 20 if you can, and be feeling a little bit of momentum going into the locker room. Doesn't look like
it is a delay, and that's why Charlotte got a free throw. Get into it quickly with Bridges on an island. Wagner, Bridges switching hands, and it rims out.
this is the best the Orlando Magic have looked probably all year.
Suggs got a three.
Charlotte very quickly dissipated.
The Hornets were an emerging story in the NBA. Miller, the drive, and it's blocked. It's just one highlight after another for the Magic. Bain swing, another one, no, Suggs comes up short.
I mean, they are up 35, and he's yelling at Jamal Cain to get up and pick up ball full court.
Ball is in. Gets it to go on the interior on a pretty drive to the rim. 6-second difference, shot clock to game clock. Wagner. He tried to float it up to Banchero. Flick it ahead on a lead feed for White. 10 seconds to go.
I would have taken that break opportunity. I understand holding for the last shot. It's been so hard for you to get one.
Ball. Denied by Carter. Diabate gets a shot off, and it goes down. So Diabate put 2 on the board as we hit the break.